Ramble.
Thank you to Macy's and Bare Necessities for sponsoring this episode. Good morning, everyone. Season's greetings. My name is Maggie. Welcome to another episode of You Can Sit With Us. I am joined today by Miss Becky.
Hello.
Miss Rainie.
Hello.
And Mr. Miles Bonsignore in the corner. Yapple. How was everyone's weekend? There's a lot of holiday parties and stuff going on. Bex, what have you been up to?
Oh, Maggie, I was at our holiday party, which I believe everyone here was also at.
Whee!
Second try, had a beautiful holiday party. We went to Major Domo, and we saw major celebos.
Yes, Becky clocked them.
Dave Franco and Christopher Mintz-Plasse, Christopher Mintz-Plasse from Superbad and from Kick-Ass was there. And then we clocked Dave Franco slightly after.
Yep.
And let's just say when Keith and Eugene got up, they Googled.
They Googled. But what do you think they were Googling? Tall man.
Probably tall people internet scandal.
Probably.
I'm sure something popped to their mind.
I'm sure. I wonder what was the first thing.
Or maybe they were like, who are those guys that do without a recipe? I think I've seen that man eat McDonald's before.
Incredible. Yeah. So we had like a 10-course meal. It was so delicious. And then we went to a bar after, which was so fun.
Yeah.
Maggie, did you get your tarot cards read?
I did. I did. There was a tarot card reader and Zach had his and he was eating it up. She was like telling him all sorts of things. I think he really got her when she told him, she's like, you should slow down when you're speaking. She's like, this lady knows me. This lady knows me. I asked for a general reading. She's like, so are you looking for like a career reading? Or are you looking for just your personal life? I'm like, I'm just having fun. And she kind of told me that there was just like a lot of babies around me. And I was like, She just kept asking me. She's like, are you a mom? I'm like, no.
50-50 chance on that one.
I know, right? Did you get one, Becky?
No, of course not.
No tarot card?
Well, at first I thought this person just worked for the company in some capacity and I had never met them.
And you didn't want to come up to her and be like, ma'am?
Yeah. And then when I found out it was tarot, I mean, we've already done a tarot video. I think it's all 50-50. And if you're not going in with like the energy of, wanting the reading or wanting to be there, why waste everyone's time?
I had so much fun.
What did she say in yours other than babies?
Other than babies, she was saying, I honestly don't remember the rest of what she kept telling me because babies got brought up like 4 times.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then she just kept, I think she was like trying to do one that was more career because she kept saying like my boss, and like this person. You need to report to this person. And I was like, I don't know. I'm like trying to like tie this to both my personal and I like couldn't figure it out. But everyone else's seemed very spot on. Rainie, did you get one?
I got one. And
What'd she say?
I already told this to Becky, but my soulmate is on his way. Da-da-da.
She said those exact words.
Because I asked her, is love coming? And she says, it is. And I was like,
leading the witness.
Did she give a specific time frame, weeks, month,
coming,
days?
No, but you know what, Becky? She said he's a gentleman.
A gentleman?
And I was like, yay.
It sounds like we're getting you on Raya 2023. It sounds like it's happening.
I know. I am sort of like, I don't know how you do it. Because it feels very random to me.
Yeah.
I think you have to get a lot of referrals, but this isn't even about Raya.
Do you need us to like write a letter? I would write a letter. Do you need like
a letter of rec?
A letter of recommendation, a character witness?
Yeah, I think, I don't know. And I also asked, do I know him already? And she said no. She was like, I don't think so.
Stranger.
Because have you seen that thing that's like, it's 60% likely that you marry someone you met before you were 16?
Before
you were 16?
So it could be someone. Wait, but she said you don't.
But so no, so I'm not. I'm in the 40%.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. But it can be something random. Like my aunt and uncle were in the same orthodontist waiting room, and they figured it out that they like had been in the same room.
What?
Yeah, but they met like when they're older.
Oh. So you got to think back.
Yeah. like a hometown honey. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna fall in love
Now
soon.
I'm thinking, I'm like,
Maybe you frequented, well, no, it was after or before you were 16. Maybe you frequented like Chuck E. Cheese together and had no idea.
Yeah, I think it's all about like proximity, maybe.
Yeah.
yeah.
Miles, do you know
difficult?
anyone on Raya?
Oh yeah.
How do they get on?
They are in proximity to a celebrity.
In proximity.
Or like I think I have friends who are just like like TV writers who are on. But I think that a lot of like it's harder to get on now than it was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
It was definitely easier 5 years ago. I think that I'm surprised Rainie's not on, honestly.
Right?
Did you put that you worked here?
Yeah, of course. My big selling. Yeah, but I'll talk to you later about them.
There's a TikTok account that whenever she finds a celebrity, it's only like the person only shows their phone and they swipe through and show you the celebrity's like whole profile. Yeah.
She's gonna get kicked off.
I know, but I don't know
But
how
it's
they're going to
worth it.
figure out that it's her because she's not like communicating with anyone.
Oh.
Yeah. I saw it. She did one on Nat Wolf
Oh.
from the Naked Brothers band, I think.
Naked Brothers Band. in California.
Also the movie Old, but maybe that was the other brother. Also Hereditary.
Yeah.
What was your favorite dish?
Ooh. I got a very delicious crispy mushroom dish. That was
wasn't
supposed
given to everybody at the whole table.
Okay,
I will
it was-
just say one side of the table didn't get it, and the other side of the table kept complaining that one side of the table was keeping all the food, and then turns out we were shunned and did not get the mushrooms.
Oh, I was sitting next to Keith, and Keith and I were shading Becky to pass all the food down, but we got
Thieves.
well. Okay, in Keith and I's defense, they would place the foods on opposite ends of us because we were at the center of the table, so we'd just like be staring at both ends, being like, "Who is going to share?" But there was a really delicious mushroom dish that the very gracious servers came and put it in between Zach and I because they were like, "This doesn't have butter," and we were like, "Amazing, thank you." But it turns out the whole rest of the table didn't get the regular buttered version, but it was delicious. Very yummy mushrooms. What are the skinny ones called? Skinny mushrooms?
Like enoki.
Enoki.
Yeah,
Enoki.
enoki mushroom.
Delicious.
Sounds wonderful, but wouldn't know. The rest of us on the other side of the table. What did we love at our side of the table?
I would have shared with you if I'd known you didn't get any. It was really good.
Who'd you
Our
sit
side of
next
the
to?
table, angels. It was me, Nick, Morel, Desiree, Devin, and Eugene, and we were enjoying the conversation. And sometimes, we didn't get to the food right away, but we were never cruel to the other side of the table. We never shouted at the other side of the table like certain 6'3" men that live in my house.
Becky!
Demanded we give over our oysters because we weren't eating them fast enough.
Becky!
The oysters were the best oysters I've ever had in my life.
They were
Really?
really
They were
tasty.
so good, I thought.
Yummy.
Maybe I haven't had good oysters, but
Yeah.
I thought they were like primo donna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be. I mean, David Chang, man.
Yeah.
He's
He knows
not
what he's
serving
doing.
Subpar oysters.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what we really liked was the bread. The bread with the cultured butter. It goes to the opera. And honey.
So
We did
good.
that and we said it tasted like funnel cake.
Their bread is exceptional. Exceptional. So good.
Maggie, what was your getting ready process for the holiday party?
I feel like my getting ready process is always the same. I put on music because I can't get ready in silence. It's too deafening. I kind of waited the last minute, didn't have time to do my hair, so I did like a slick bun and threw on my outfit.
Where'd you get your outfit?
My outfit, it was stuff
It
I
was
already,
your closet? It was in
It was
your
in my
closet?
closet, yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't stuff. It was stuff I already owned, but I wore like some sparkly heels that were very cute. They're my favorite as of recently. Becky was wearing a beautiful velvet little bow.
I had a bow. I wore a bow.
Do you ever worry about being taller than Zach? Or do you not really care?
Not really. I feel like unless we're taking professional photos together, I'm not like super conscious of it. Like I'll wear heels and be fine. We're sort of like the same height. But I have a bigger head than him. And I think that's like, I don't mind being taller than him, but I do mind when I'm like closer to the camera and he's farther from the camera and my head looks like a balloon next to his. That's what I care
Are
about.
you wearing heels for your wedding?
I want to go comfy for the first half of the day. So I'm probably going to wear flats. And then I'm not sure if I'm going to change into a shorter dress, but I feel like I may want to. And if I change into a shorter dress, then I'll wear some like little kitten heels.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, longevity.
really
I feel like that'll give me longevity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you switch dresses, Becky?
No, I had Uno dress.
Uno dress. Yeah.
Only one. And I wore flats.
And it was long. It was a long dress, right?
It was a long dress.
So you were dancing in the long dress.
I was dancing in the long dress.
And then you had photos like Meghan Markle and Harry. Woo! And I just saw those. And I was like, oh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I wish I had worn a little bit of a heel though, because sometimes I do forget that Keith is
Much
6'3".
taller. Yeah.
And apparently the internet also thinks that I'm
6'3".
very tall. until the Twisted Tea video came out, there were all these comments that were like, Becky's shorter than Zach? So yes, I am 5'6".
Yes.
So I didn't realize how much I'd have to be like looking up at Keith
Yeah. That
during
makes
things.
sense.
I was like, oh, I'm not used to being this much shorter than him.
Yeah.
And then where'd you get your outfit? From your closet also?
So I wore these jeans. Repeats. Yes, from my closet. And then I wore like a white button down. I was going for like very Don't Worry Darling.
Mm-hmm.
But I did buy a new lipstick for the event. I was like, oh, I'm not going to buy an outfit, but I am going to buy a lipstick.
Yum.
Yes.
I don't know why I said yum.
Yeah.
I feel like your lipsticks always smell so good. Anytime you let me use a little, I'm like, ooh, yum.
You know, tasty flavors.
Yeah.
Always make it good. You watching anything, Mags?
I just watched the season finale of White Lotus, which we shouldn't talk about because this comes out tomorrow, which means probably a lot of people still haven't seen it. There's someone in this room who hasn't seen it. So, so we will not talk about it, but I watched it.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Watched it. Loved it. Well, loved most of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you think it was better or worse than the first season? No spoilies, but which
No
did you
spoilies,
prefer?
better or worse than the first season? There were things I loved about both and things I disliked about both. But I think I can't say it without
Can't say it.
spoiling.
I know,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Have
Once everybody watches it.
Yeah, well,
We will discuss. Look at Miles. He's like biting
what are
his
you talking
nails.
about?
He's like, don't say a word. Also, Miles, don't go on the internet today because
yeah.
No shit, I feel like I'm gonna binge it tonight.
you have
Yeah.
to.
Have to.
I went on at like
TikTok.
9 p.m. last night, and I was like, I have to watch this right now because it's gonna spoil.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Delete it. Say F you to Elon.
Have you guys seen Wednesday?
Not yet.
You should watch it.
Yeah?
It's
How
really
is
funny.
it?
I really like it. What do you think, Becky?
I thought it was cute. I do have a problem. Not a problem, but like I don't get as invested in TV shows where characters are very like apathetic. So it's like hard to like, okay, well, why am I rooting for her? She's so like monotone, everything's the same, It was a little more CW than I thought it would be. So there were parts of that I liked and disliked. Where I was like, is this Riverdale? Is this Riverdale?
Big time CW.
Yeah.
Like it was like beautiful, but also just like super glossy. I felt like I
Yeah.
loved it.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was like it was probably one of the prettiest shows I've seen in a long time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like the set and the costumes and the lighting and stuff was all very specific.
How many episodes are there?
Like
10
8
or
or 9.
9, 8.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a shorter season.
Okay.
What are you watching, Maggie?
Honestly, just that. I feel like I've really been bad. I was out of town and like doing some stuff over the last few weeks related to the wedding, and we had other weddings and stuff like that. So I haven't been like tapped into TV minus White Lotus.
Wait, we can talk about your bachelor party now because last time we didn't.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it was end of year.
Oh,
But
yeah.
how
Bachelorette party.
was it?
Oh my gosh. It was
Set the scene.
so-
Where were we, Margaret?
We were in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, which was so fun. I was really dragging my feet. I really didn't want to have a bachelorette party. I was really overwhelmed. My 30th birthday was kind of close to the same time. And there's just so many like things that have been popping up, decisions needing to be made. So I was like, ugh, I don't want to think about doing like another bachelorette party. So one of my really close girlfriends who is in my bridal party was calling me every single week. She lives in Florida, but she would call me every week and she's like, what are we doing? And I'm like, I don't know, Stephanie, like I can't think about this right now. And she's like, okay, I'll talk to you in a couple of days. And she'd call me like persistently, probably for like 2 months. And she's like, I will help you, like whatever you want. But I ended up coming up with the itinerary because everyone who came out there doesn't know. I mean, I've gone to Puerto Vallarta pretty often, so like I had a good idea of what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. A lot of the stuff we did for Stephanie Zach's sister's bachelorette party, so it was kind of like We like stole some inspiration from her bachelorette party.
Such
as, I mean, we did like a beach picnic, which was so fun. And we ended up doing the beach picnic the day after we went out to the bars in Puerto Vallarta. The very next day, we had a masseuse come to the house and give us massages. And we had a pool day, which was very nice. We played Pin the Zac on the clitoris, which was really fun. They set up all these like photos of us together and like all these string lights, which was really fun. They had like Zac tattoos. We went on a boat party one day and we went to like this little adult only island and we took like a catamaran, like
adult only island.
What is that?
Tell us more.
It was just like you get on like a public catamaran and there's just people that like signed up to go do this. And this is like the only way to get there. And everyone was so cool on this boat. And most people that go to this island are celebrating either a birthday, a bachelor party, a bachelorette party. So we went there and you just go there, you get like a little table on the beach and they just serve you really delicious food and drinks. And you just stay there. And then there's a DJ at night, which was so fun.
Ooh, that's cool. And no kids allowed.
No kids.
Nice.
There is a island dog whose name is Paco, and he is there. I've been to that island twice, and I was like, oh my God, I think this is the island dog. But yes, it was so fun. I wish I could relive it again. It was so fun.
You guys, we are so excited to partner with Macy's again for this episode. The holidays just make me feel so nostalgic. You can go on like a cute little date night and see Santa, going to see all the Christmas lights, all the Christmas displays. I feel like Macy's just has you covered. In addition to all the other shopping opportunities that we've talked about in recent weeks, Macy's Santaland is now in select stores. You can snap a photo with the one, the only Santa Claus. I would 100% go on a little date night to take a picture with Santa. Me, Keith, Alfred, Grandpa Barry, the whole family would be there. Bring the magic on home by visiting Macy's virtual Santaland and set off on an interactive holiday adventure through the North Pole. I mean, if you have kids, this would just be the cutest little thing to take them to. Visit Macys.com/holiday celebrations for all the details. That's Macys.com/holiday celebrations.
Your bra and underwear should make your outfit better, not worse. That's what's so great about Bare Necessities. Bare Necessities is one of the biggest online intimate apparel retailers, offering over 140 of the best brands. They're all about size inclusivity. And because they've gotten so much customer feedback, they've even started their own private label brand, Bare. I recently got one of the Bare bras in the mail, and it is so comfortable, so soft, makes me feel so supported throughout the day, and I just love wearing it.
With so many great options, you should use their fit resources, like the Bra Finder quiz, to point you in the right direction for your perfect fit. They also have a team of bra fit experts available on hand. Right now, get 20% off your Bare Necessities order when you go to barenecessities.com/sitwithus20 and use code SITWITHUS20. That's code SITWITHUS20 at barenecessities.com/sitwithus20 to get 20% off. barenecessities.com/sitwithus20 and use code SITWITHUS20. Some exclusions apply.
Did you have a day where because I saw this on Instagram, where everybody in your bridal party was wearing like a different color?
Yes.
Yeah, you were all rainbow.
We were all rainbow.
The coordination.
You planned that, right?
So I came up with the itinerary and then I passed it off to Zach's sister, my close friend, and my other close friend, Ashley. And they like so cute. They did like a Zoom meeting because they're all in different parts of the country. And they were like, okay, this is what Maggie wants to do. And let's just like fluff it up and like plan all the details for her. So they were like, okay.
That's so cute.
We should. There was one night where I wore white and everyone else wore pink. And that was the night we went out in Puerto Vallarta, which was so fun. I also forgot to talk about like the very like gigantuous penis that I said we could not do anything penis related. I was like, I don't want anything penis in my thing. No inflatables, no nothing. And they were like, okay. And they ended up finding the biggest penis they could find in Puerto Vallarta, which like comes alive. It's like a person in just like a giant I don't even know how to describe it, but it was like a giant penis wearing a tuxedo, had eyeballs, and yeah.
Did someone go inside of it? Or it's like
it came downstairs and danced with us and like passed out shots and then made me dance with it, which was, that penis's balls were really hard. They were like very hard. He was like dancing with me and like bumping me, and I'm like, please, sir.
like
ma'am.
getting bruises.
Yeah. But it was such a blast.
And so it was 3 people from across the country. Did they know each other before?
2 of them did, and then Zach's sister was meeting a lot of my friends for the first time as well.
Oh, how did that go?
It was good.
I always get so anxious when worlds collide.
I know, I do too. I get that. I know.
When worlds collide.
Yeah, because you never know if like people are gonna, like, a lot of our friends, I always get worried like having my older sister come and like meet all my different friend groups and stuff, but she's like, Maggie, I don't know why you worry so much. Like, all your friends are so nice. And like, I didn't have a moment even to myself when she came to my birthday party. And she's like, I would like be sitting alone at the snack table and like people would intercept me within 30 seconds.
Oh,
So yeah.
that's cute.
Yeah.
Everybody got along.
Yeah. It was a small enough group. It was 8 of us. So I feel like that was the perfect number.
Yeah.
I've been to bachelorette parties that had like 23 people, and I was like, whoa.
Jesus.
This is
23.
23 of us. And I was like, how do we even get a dinner reservation, guys? We were in Miami. I was like, if we didn't,
did you get dinner?
I don't know. I think they made dinner reservations like 7 months in advance. Whoa. And they ended up, but it was still like chaos ordering. And we had to kind of sit at like 2 tables across, and it was just, so 8 people. Highly recommend. Smaller, more intimate, easier to get around, easier to book cars. Yeah, we didn't have issues. We never really had to split up, which is good.
That's like, I find group chat on iPhone no more than 5.
Yeah.
You can't, because otherwise it's just spam. It becomes
Yeah.
spam. Becky, did you have a bachelorette party?
I did. I actually had 2 bachelorette parties.
Woo!
Yeah, I had one in Chicago and one in LA.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really want to make anyone fly. And also, like, it was very expensive and I didn't want to fly more than that.
Yeah.
So we had one bachelorette party. That's how my college friends threw here. And we actually it was the funniest thing. I honestly almost made me pee my pants. I love magicians. And one of my friends, is actually friends with magicians because her husband's a magician, or he does magic kind of on the side. And in the video that Try Guys did where people got hypnotized, Ricardo, the guy that was hypnotizing people, actually came. And this was after a day we had been drinking all day. We went to a hotel and sat by the pool, and then came home, had pizza, and just kind of like hung out at my apartment.
I remember this.
And Ricardo knocks on the door, and I'm like, oh my God, guys, don't get a stripper. Like, that's so icky. And then he was like, no, I'm here to do close-up magic.
No, I remember he didn't announce what he was doing, and me and Jessica was like digging her nails into my thigh because she was like, he's gonna rip his clothes off. He's gonna rip his clothes off right now. And I was like, this is the first time we'd ever seen this man. And we were like, he was wearing like a vest, and I was like, I'm scared.
Ricardo is a very like sort of stereotypical Italian man. He's very flashy, very pretty.
Yeah. Oh my! Have you been to the Magic Castle?
I have, with that same friend. Yeah.
So you went. How was the Magic Castle?
Love the Magic Castle. I've been a couple times, and it's always like
so
You've been
fun.
a few times.
It's
'Cause
very
there's-
exclusive.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna ask. It's hard. What do you have to do to get in?
You have to know.
Well, you
Have
just
to
have to
know.
get dinner. So if you have a dinner reservation, you can go afterwards into the castle. And then to go without a dinner reservation, you just need to know someone who's a magician in their club.
Oh.
And Erica's husband was.
Oh, he's like a big time magician.
Yeah.
He's top of the line.
He's top tier magic.
Magic.
Oh, yeah. It was the Valentine's Day.
You guys all came on a bus to a
party
Valentine's
bus.
Day party of
So
mine
fun.
a couple of years ago. And surprise, surprise, he did magic, and it was so sick.
It was so cool.
Yeah, he rocks.
We were supposed to go last week, but Zach's just been really busy with stuff. So he told me a week in advance. He's like, we're going to the Magic Castle on Tuesday. And I got super excited, picked out an outfit, yada, yada, yada. And then day of, he was like, I'm too busy. I can't go. But you should go without me. And I was like, I can't go without you. I'm not going to know anybody. I'm scared. There was a dinner portion. So I was like, I'm not going to have dinner by myself. I can't do that.
So we wanted you to go to a dinner reservation for 2 just by yourself? At the
No,
Magic
it was like
Castle?
it was like a holiday party.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, and then I couldn't go. So, Rainie, we got to go.
Yeah.
We're gonna
You
get
gotta
you
get
in
into that
that.
Magic Castle.
We're gonna get you in Magic Castle.
It's really cool. It's very fun. And like people just like pop out magic. Like you're just like sitting around and like someone next to you is like, you want to see a trick? And I'm like, all right.
I love magic.
Have you seen Love with Jillian Jacobson? You would love
yes,
it. Okay,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
that's my reference point for the Magic Castle.
So they don't actually yell at you if you take your jacket off, but they do you have to wear a tie. They are very strict about that part of the
Magic
yeah.
Castle.
Because there was like a point in Love, it's a TV show on Netflix, where like one of the main guy takes his jacket off to give to like, what's her name?
I don't even know Jillian Jacobson. I don't know what that character's name is.
She's the blonde that was in Community, isn't it? And he gets in trouble, and they're like, "This is bullshit," but they do have like pretty strict rules.
I see.
So you don't like eating by yourself? Because I've kind of gotten into going to a restaurant by myself recently.
I
Whoa.
have no problems going to I mean, if it's not like a formal sit down restaurant, like I could do like order at the cash register and eat by myself.
Yeah.
I also have gone like during my lunch hour in my uniform and I eat places without anyone. But I feel like a formal dinner reservation where people are either out socializing, business meetings and stuff. I don't
It's
know.
like
A
first
place
day
like
of
the Magic
school.
Castle, I'm like, I don't think I could do that.
Yeah.
I don't really like going places where I don't know people. Which is Keith went to Blogilates through a holiday party, and he was like, "We're going to this holiday party on whatever day it was," and I was like, "Oh well, who's going to be there?" Because Zach and Maggie said they were going to go, and then they changed their minds.
Zach's been busy.
And
I
I
wanted
was
to
like-
go. I didn't know Keith was going.
Yeah, and then I said, "Oh well, yeah, I don't really want to go anymore." So Keith, when people asked, they're like, "Where's Becky?" He was like, "She doesn't really like going to parties where she doesn't know people."
He told people that?
Because Keith will go by himself and like have a blast talking to strangers, and I'm very like, I hate small talk. Like it just, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. If I know
Especially
one
in LA.
person, Zach and I have mastered, because we've gone to a couple weddings where we only know the bride and groom, and Zach and I have gotten really good at talking very slow to each other while we wait for like a moment to like go socialize with other people.
Yeah. Keith definitely has the gift of gab.
Yeah, he does.
And I can gab, but I don't. I'm too old. I'm like, no new friends.
No new friends.
Do you think you're an extrovert?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I'm an extrovert
But
who
just no
likes
new
to
people.
nap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're energized when you're out and about, or do you feel energized when you're at home?
I would say I'm tired most of the time.
Okay.
Both situations, I'm pretty tired.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But I would say I get more excited to like go to the movies. Like I have one of my girlfriends, Tia, we go probably like every 4 weeks, we get our nails done and then we go to see a movie. Sometimes we see 2 movies, do a little double feature.
Wow.
And it's so funny because sometimes we're not sitting next to each other at the nail appointment and then you're silent during the movies. And I'm like, Tia, we've only spoken in the car.
You guys are like preschoolers. You're
Yeah.
like parallel or like infants. You guys parallel play.
Yeah. We just kind of are next to each other while we do things.
Yeah.
But I like those.
Yeah.
Going back to your bachelor party. So you had 2, you had one in LA. What was one in
LA.
Chicago?
So the one in Chicago was just right before my wedding because pretty much everyone, was it everyone? Yeah, everyone in my bridal party was from Chicago. So I was like, I don't really want to make everyone fly to LA. And, you know, again, it was like 5-6 years ago. So it was, you know, we were all waiting tables kind of being like, oh.
Wait, so I feel like you had 3. We took you to Palm Springs.
I know. I put that in the LA bubble because we did like the whole day with the magic and the pool, and then the next day, Matt, Maggie, and David Dang and I went to Palm Springs.
Yes.
And we stayed the night at what is now a Margaritaville.
Yes.
But back then it was not.
Yes.
And Jackson Brittany from Vanderpump Rules were there. And I was like, oh shit, this is a Palm Springs party.
Yes.
Yeah. And then in Chicago, we got an Airbnb and then we went to dinner and then went out dancing. And we actually like went home like kind of early. We were all like,
Nice.
like nobody was like crazy hungover. Oh, we went to like a really cool brunch the next day. And the brunch is where we also had like because it wasn't just people in my bridal party that were
Mhm.
at the bachelorette party in
Oh,
Chicago.
okay.
It was also like my good college friends and good like Chicago serving friends.
Mm-hmm.
So for the nighttime we partied, and then the next day people like brought their babies. So it was really cute. We went to like a really cool brunch that had a donut wall.
Ooh, fun.
Pretty neat. Yeah. And we went out in a part of Chicago, it's called River North, that I never really went out in when I lived there. So I was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
This is fun.
How do you feel about bachelor parties conceptually? Are you stan or do you think they're antiquated? Last night of fun.
Okay. So not wanting to have planned mine, I had the opinion where I was like, oh, this is kind of dumb. There's just so many like events that lead up to the wedding. There's like the engagement party. There's the bridal shower. And I was like, I don't want to do this. It's just like, I feel like I'm almost being forced to do it.
Yeah.
But after experiencing mine, my close friend explained this to me as well. She's like, yes, you can plan like a group trip with your friends in the future, and like that can be a thing, but this is like the only time and like such a big event that's happening within your life that I feel like our friends will be more gung-ho to come.
Oh,
It's
that
not the
makes
last
sense.
time. Like, I don't think that really mattered to me, but it was just like capturing this moment in time with your friends where you guys are all kind of in similar stages or close to.
Yeah. Who was at your party? Was it like friends from high school, friends from college?
Yeah. So I had one of my sisters could come. The other one couldn't get work off. And then I had Zach's sister. I had a couple friends from work. I had a couple friends from college and two friends from high school. So kind of all over the place.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're like an old friend.
Yeah.
Like very deep.
And we were supposed to have a Try Guys one that was supposed to be filmed, but there was like way too much stuff going on.
Yeah.
So there was a point where I was only baking on doing the Try Guys one because I was like, I can't wrap my head around doing so many plus planning the wedding.
Yeah.
And thank God we had the other one planned, because I think if time would have passed, even though I said I wouldn't be sad, I think I would have been sad to do nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we had something in the books.
And then you stayed in Mexico for a while after.
Yeah,
right?
we were doing like wedding tastings. We looked at furniture. We also had like a wedding.
Furniture.
Oh, yeah, do you have to rent everything?
Oh,
We have
for
to
the
rent
wedding.
everything,
Oh, I thought it
yeah.
was just for your house. I was like,
Yeah, so our venue comes with the venue's just a field or like just a lawn space. So they were like, you bring everything. It's kind of plug and play.
Oh.
So, yeah,
Did you get any good chairs?
Yeah, we got some good chairs. I didn't know that I'd become this opinionated on chairs. Not that I am, but I was like, I've never really thought to look at chairs until this moment. But yeah,
Are you writing your vows?
I think we are. I'm very nervous about it, but I feel like it's my favorite part of every single time we go to a wedding and we watch people. Like, you want to hear from the bride and groom.
Yeah.
Even though it seems so jarring. I've been to a couple weddings where they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have it drafted?
I have like things in my notepad that I have kind of collected over probably like the last year, but I haven't formally written it all out.
Are you like a writer? Do you consider yourself?
No, I feel like Zach's more of a writer than I am, 1,000%. That's why I'm going first. I'm like, he is a writer. I am not. I can say nice things, but when it comes to just like writing flowery language, that's all him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to have him punch it up?
Yeah. I was like, will you like read mine and make me sound better? Thanks.
Oh, so he's going to read it before.
No, I did say that we should do that, and just so it like takes the edge off. And he's like, no, because I do know. So one of my other friends did more personal vows in front of her husband, and then for the public vows, they did like kind of like a Spark Note version because she felt weird. But I think we're just gonna go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Agree on
Yeah.
the time.
yeah,
Agree on the time limit.
that's a good idea.
Because I've been to weddings where people both write their vows, and like we went to one that was, I will not say whose wedding it was, but it was years ago, and it was the funniest wedding I've ever been to. And I hope people don't describe my wedding as funny. It was just like the officiant like missed 3 pages, and then like the bride read hers, and her speech or her vows were maybe a minute. The groom had pages
Really?
written out. So it was just like there was no conversation that they had before about like how
Length.
brief anything should be or
Wow.
how in depth. It was just like, what is happening here?
Oh my God.
That's an easy mistake to make. Like, you could definitely see that
Yeah.
being made, but like, definitely good to look out.
Yeah, you just need to like time it out. Just kind of do like a read it out loud.
Yeah.
Get your finger on a stopwatch and see how long it goes.
Yeah.
Do you have the playlist set for the wedding?
Not at all. Not at
You
all.
guys are such music people.
I know.
Well,
I
then
know.
that's probably one of the easier parts.
I feel like, I don't know, there's just so many, I feel like we're in crunch time now and there's like so many things. Like I got on a call with my wedding planner and she was just like, you need to think through these things. I was like, I didn't even think of all these things.
What advice have you been getting from people? Because I know people love to give like
Oh,
unsolicited and solicited.
my favorite thing.
advice.
They're like, something's going to go wrong, just so you know. And you just have to learn to just flow and go with it.
Yeah,
I feel like I've gotten variations of that. Like some people are really nice and like, but I've heard like certain people have been like, it's not going to go the way you plan. You can plan and plan and plan, and it's still not going to be good.
I think the nice version of that is as long as two people get married.
That's all that
At the end of it,
matters.
that's all that matters. Also, sign your wedding certificate.
That's a good one.
Sign your thing because we've been to weddings where our friends forgot to sign it,
And
they're
you're
just
like-
not married. They got married, 3 days later.
Yeah.
Do you have your first dance song?
Oh, so we have some things that have been brought up, but we haven't like chosen one.
Solidified. Are you
Yeah.
practicing
No.
any moves?
No. I want to like pass out sparklers to people so they don't stare at us for our first dance. And I want it to be more than no longer than 30 seconds because
You can cut it.
yeah, I'm going to cut it.
Yeah, you can cut all those songs.
I'm going to cut it. I don't want people, I just want people to be like, oh, they're doing their first dance. Oh, okay, it's over.
I would say
Dance.
unsolicited advice
Yeah.
is stand in front of a mirror and do like 3 poses
Oh, yeah?
while you're like dancing and what
Okay.
you're going to do. Because I feel like some of mine and Keith's pictures, other than the kick line that we did,
Yeah.
are just us like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, I wish I had stood with him and like put my arms up here or,
Yeah.
had like a pose so that those pictures aren't just.
Zach and I took like a video of ourselves. I was like, okay, dip me. It is so cringy to watch back. I'm like, we're going to need to work on that.
Just do a couple practice runs.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Easy.
You got flats. You got your dress. Do you
my
have the
dress.
menu?
I don't have my dress yet.
You don't? I
didn't
thought
pick
you
your
chose
dress yet?
one.
I picked it, but it just hasn't arrived
Oh,
yet.
yeah.
Yeah. And then
Wait, who did you go with wedding shopping? I think you've already told the story.
so no one. I went by myself. I took my mom once.
Yeah. But then you were like, I need to focus.
Yeah. I feel like I'm
Too many
easily
distractions.
swayed. There were certain bridal stylists that'd be like, you really should pick this one. And I would just get like super flustered. So I went alone most of the time, mostly because a lot of the bridal appointments were more available midweek. And because like my schedule was like a little bit more scattered,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I should go on a Wednesday when people aren't going with like their entire
Yeah.
bridal parties over the weekend. Because in LA, there's only like a handful of bridal shops and they're all booked out.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So I was like, I'll just go midweek. And I don't know. I choose pants and tops and my own outfits by myself. I feel like it was just a lot easier to just kind of figure out what sort of style I liked. And then from there, I just sent friends pictures and be like, what do you think?
Yeah.
And then for the final one where I like chose it for real, I brought my mom. And she was like, love.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
sweet. Do you have to have any alterations done?
I do. Yeah, I do. They should be minimal though, because I did have to buy, the only thing that I did learn, I had to buy my dress. It wasn't like standard sizing, but you could like, it wasn't fitted to me either. But basically like I have 3 different sizes that didn't fall within the standard size.
Oh.
So like my top is a certain size, my hips are a certain size, and my waist is a certain size. So I bought my dress in like 3 different parts. So it's
Yeah.
not like a standard 8. It's
Oh,
not a
that's
standard 6.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's kind of makes.
I think the
yeah.
top and the waist was a standard something, but
Yeah.
then my waist wasn't.
Well, I feel like nothing fits ever.
No.
So that makes sense.
And
That, like,
bridal
everybody
sizes
would
are
have
batshit crazy.
They
They go
are.
to like, they're like, oh, this is a 20.
Yeah.
And you're like, what does this mean?
And
What
they're
are
all
these
made
numbers?
They're all made all over the world, so like sizing is very different in Australia versus like the UK. And,
Yeah. So you kind of just have to. How do you feel about you work 12-hour shifts?
I used to.
Oh, you don't anymore.
So I work 8-hour shifts now.
How did you feel about 12-hour shifts though? Was it Because I have friends who are nurses who are like, it's kind of, you kind of get used to it.
I feel like when I was working nights, 12-hour shift and days, and I would like switch between the two the last 2 years before I switched to 8s. And it was the only thing I really knew for a long time. And then I didn't realize how much it was until I switched to 8. And I was like, wow,
so
how did I do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mostly because I would get really hungry. If you didn't pack like lunch and dinner or like a little snack, I would get so hangry. Yeah. And sometimes you didn't
go.
I know. And I would only bring lunch. And then sometimes I'd be like, I'd wake up at 5. Sometimes I'd get a good breakfast in. Sometimes I didn't. So it was just like a lot to prepare for.
Yeah.
And you only have so much lunch pail space.
Yeah, that's what I was. And also, do you get 2 lunch breaks? Do you get like a lunch break and a dinner break?
You get like a 15 and an hour. But some people, I mean, you would run away for 15 minutes and like your phone would still go off. So it was really up to you. So a lot of people didn't take their 15s. You're supposed to.
Yeah.
According to OSHA, you're supposed to.
Yeah. It seems like that would be safer.
It's hard to find a moment to run to the break room and like, especially in the mornings, because you would want like a little 15 morning break between like, you'd start at 7 a.m. I'd try and take one before 10 or 11 because then your lunch would start. Yeah. Yeah. I had a manager who was super sweet and she'd let us combine our 15 with our hour, but a lot of people don't let you do that.
Nice.
Yeah. That's because I guess for lunch you like put your pager down or whatever.
You pass your phone up. Your pager.
In my mind, all doctors use pagers only.
Yeah. Just on Grey's Anatomy time.
Yeah.
Becky, what's the longest shift you've ever had to work?
Probably doing like a clope-in. So you would close. And Chicago had different rules than California.
My gosh.
So in Chicago, I would work brunch into dinner. So I would I would get there at probably 8 and then I'd leave at midnight or 1. And then you'd get like a 30-minute break somewhere where they wouldn't feed you because you weren't paid. They were much less strict in Chicago with service workers than they are. And like when I moved to California and was waiting tables at that hotel, it was like, they're like, okay, you have to go on your break. And I was like, well, I can't go on my break. I have, 8 tables I'm watching. And they're like, no. So-and-so is going to watch your tables while you go on break. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Someone's going to watch my tables? And then I'm just going to come back and it's going to be done?
Yeah, right.
But then they're also like, yeah, and if you're gone and you get sat more, you're missing out on that money. So sorry about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say that was probably the hardest, is doing like closing and then opening for a brunch shift and then working a double and then doing a double the next day. But money is nice. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a trade-off.
That's really intense. And how did you, because were you just starving? Like blackout hungry by the end?
I would just eat anything I could find. I was like living off of olives and like salami from the skewers for Bloody Marys.
Ugh.
Yeah. I don't even go to brunch much myself anymore because I was like so traumatized by brunch lifestyle that I was like, no, hell no.
Oh my God.
I don't think brunch should exist. It's gotta go.
Yeah.
Thank you to Macy's for continuing to sponsor our episodes. So this year for the holidays, Keith and I are actually going back to Chicago. We're going to have a really cute dinner with Keith's parents, my grandma's going to be there. I always love helping my mom decorate her house before people come over. Putting a couple new things on the tree, putting some little, knickknacks around. And Macy's is like the perfect place to get those things. While we're shopping for ornaments and lights, we can also get new cookware and dinnerware for prepping our meals and setting the Christmas table.
Christmas shopping is always a source of stress for me. Sometimes I have the hardest time picking a Christmas gift for my mom or my sisters. Like I want it to be like this perfect gift, but I sometimes have a hard time figuring out where to go, what to get them.
Who's the person that you're shopping for right now that like you are just stumped? Is it your sister or your mom?
I feel like it's my sister this year. Anything she wants, she just buys for herself. So like when it comes to the end of the year, I like really got to think hard about what she needs and doesn't realize she needs.
What kind of stuff is she into?
She loves candles. She loves soft blankets.
So you're thinking like a cozy little set, like maybe like a spa set, something to relax.
Maybe a pajama set. Never gotten her a pajama set before.
Oh, that'd be cute with some like little slippers.
Yes.
Maybe a bath bomb so she can relax.
Yeah. These are great ideas.
So this year for Christmas, I mean, I always ask Santa for makeup. I think I've been a very good girl this year. And so I think if Santa wanted to stop in the cosmetics department, that would be really nice. I've also gotten really into sneakers. I'm not like a sneakerhead by any means, but I do like comfy, cozy, cute sneakers. So if Santa could stop there on his way back from the North Pole, I would really appreciate the extra effort.
The Macy's Gift Finder is your comprehensive gift guide to nailing that sometimes tricky art of gift giving. You can sort by recipient, for her, for him, for kids, for teens, whatever. You can sort by price. You can look for gifts for under $15, like cosmetics and accessories, or you can also deep dive into your pockets for gifts over $100 and everything in between.
If you're truly stumped at the end of the day, my holiday go-to, it is a never fail. Get a nice smelling candle. Everybody loves candles. They make your house smell amazing. They make you feel cozy. And obviously, Macy's has a ton of them. We hope these tips and tricks help you on your quest for holiday gift shopping. Thanks again to Macy's for partnering with us, and head to Macys.com/giftfinder today to find everything we talked about and more. That's Macys.com/giftfinder.
What was the worst on night shift whenever it was daylight savings and you would fall back? It would immediately be a 13 and a half hour shift. And like you'd sit there and you'd watch the clock and you'd be like, no,
that's crazy.
And everyone, we never knew when it was because like you don't put that in your calendar as if it was a holiday calendar. So you'd get your schedule and you're like, no, I'm working this Sunday that it switches.
That's crazy that they would still make you work though.
I think you get time and a half technically because it's over 12 hours.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
But it's still such a long time to be there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially in like in the middle of the night. Does it slow down at night or like do you have just as much work to do?
It depends on your patient load. It really depends on like, I don't know. There's people with still pain control. They're up at night. You're trying to get on top of it. Nausea. Depending on if people are post-surgery.
Yeah.
Some people really sleep well. So it just depends on your assignment.
Yeah. I was like, what would you be doing in the middle of the night? But I guess, pain.
Yeah.
Big time vomit. Oh, no.
Feedings. Babies.
Oh.
Babies. They need their midnight.
That's what the psychic was getting. She was like, I sense babies all around you.
I know. I was like, maybe she knows I'm a nurse.
She's like, I see them. I see the little children.
They are there.
I see the babies.
Was there a floor that you like really didn't like at first that's grown on you?
Grown on me. I was terrified. Anytime I had my OB L&D rotation, and I always just asked to be in the NICU because it was like the closest thing to pediatrics for me. I was always like, my first OR rotation, I watched like a vaginoplasty.
What is that?
And like a vaginal reconstruction. Yeah.
Oh.
And so anything related to that area always made me super queasy. Like I could watch like Open Heart. I could watch all sorts of things, but anything related to that, I was like, I want to faint.
Open cooter is too
Open
much.
cooter. It was too much.
is where you draw the line.
I was like, it's too much. Like I can watch
you back.
Like it doesn't matter how much lidocaine you pump in. I was like, I feel this like in my bones. I like cannot watch this. Like I could never be an L&D nurse. I don't think I am strong enough to do it. There's like too big of an emotional response, but I can watch you get your chest ripped open. It's cool. I don't know what that's like. But now I feel like as I've gotten older and I have like so many friends that work in that field, I was like, I think I am interested in women's health. Like I could see myself like pursuing that maybe in the future, but yeah.
Have you seen a baby be born?
Mm-hmm. Both vaginal and C-section.
I never saw, like, I don't even know for sex ed. I've never seen a baby be born. Like, I've never seen that video. I didn't watch it in school. I just don't even know what happens.
I watched the video. It's horrifying. Yeah. You can find stuff like that on TikTok all the time,
too. But
people are constantly trying to show you their babies coming out. And I'm like,
really? I am not on that part of TikTok. I am not on that.
I cover my eyes.
I'm sure if that tried to present itself on my TikTok feed, I'd be like, not interested.
I know, it's beautiful and it's a human body, but it looks so painful and so stretchy.
So stretchy.
So stretchy.
Yeah.
Wait, was it beautiful though to watch?
It was beautiful. There was I watched a vaginal birth on my birthday and I remember like whispering to the baby, I'm like, happy birthday. It's my birthday too. But nobody cares. It's your birthday.
That's so cute.
Yeah. It was cool.
That's a goal of mine, is to see a birth.
I feel like
I think I can do it.
I think you can look at YouTube.
yeah.
No. In real life.
In real life?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Have
That
you
would
seen
be
a birth?
intense. I've never seen a birth in real life. Only on the internet and on that video that they show you in high school
Yeah.
to scare you. I want to see a C-section in real life.
I don't
Megan
think you
Trainor
do.
was talking about her C-section. She was awake. Her guts were on the table.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, did you take a picture?
Yeah.
I kind of want to take a picture.
My dad fainted.
Just to see.
Like full on fainted.
When
Behind the curtain.
when your
My mom
was-
had 3 C-sections.
Oh wow.
Yeah. She had a hard time with my oldest sister. So after that.
That's a lot of C-sections for your
I know.
abdomen.
Then, poor thing,
up.
she actually was traveling in Peru and ended up getting like a perforated appendicitis.
Oh no.
So she not only has her C-section scar, she had to have like an open procedure. So she has so many.
Ouch.
Because usually, if you catch appendicitis pretty early, they can do like the robot where you have like laparoscopic, which are very small little incisions because they use a robot to repair whatever.
Yeah.
But she had to get open, so her belly's all torn up.
Ouchie.
Ouchies.
He did laparoscopic for his
Hernia.
hernia.
Really?
Yeah, so his belly button is a different shape.
Wow.
Oh, were you
Not a
with
different
him?
shape, it's normal. It's normal, it's just different than it was before.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've noticed. I'm gonna expect his little belly button next time
Yeah,
you
look,
see
You
it.
gotta keep an eye on it.
He's gonna be like, "Why are you staring?"
Why are you looking at my belly button, Maggie?
Becky told me to look at it.
Yeah.
Speaking of those little robots, I was just thinking about this because the news, the whatever it was, the Orion came back to Earth after its Artemis 1 mission, and it didn't have any people on it. But they're trying to get more people on the moon, and I'm like, why?
See what's up. Exploration.
so?
Yeah.
Human curiosity.
Yeah, but like, couldn't they put robots with cameras on there? You think it's
but
better if it's
how
in
do you
real
know
life?
it's not fake, Rainie? Like that moon landing. We only saw it with our eyes. Gotta see it for ourselves.
I love this voice.
It's my conspiracy theorist voice. The birds, they're coming for us.
Yeah, I don't know. I listened to it. I was just listening to the Daily. What do you guys listen to? Do you listen to podcasts? Mm-hmm. Which ones?
I listen to podcasts pretty much exclusively on car rides.
Yeah, me too.
So we just kind of go at Nick has a lot of good recommendations he gives me. But I saw one on Twitter the other day that was just a 2-part series on Gimlet.
Oh yeah.
Gimlets, yeah. It was their series called Conviction, and it was about this guy who was on death row for very bad things. But it turned out that he like actually didn't have adequate representation, and things were like mishandled in his case. And they actually took this case all the way to the Supreme Court because they basically were like, you're right. You know, they came back, did the second trial or whatever, not second trial, the appeal. Yes. They came back he did an appeal, and they were like, the judge was like, you're right. This was a total like mischaracterization of justice. You should not be on death row. Defense, that was in Arizona, they're like, you have 45 days to either start a new trial or this guy gets to go free.
Yeah.
And instead of doing that, they went to the Supreme Court to argue that he should have never gotten the appeal in the first place.
Whoa.
And this is a spoiler alert, I guess, if you don't want to hear how it ends. But they actually used the phrase "innocence is not enough." And just, shocker, Clarence Thomas wrote the what do you call it?
Whoa.
The reading, the finding. When the Supreme Court
Innocence is
decides.
not
But
enough.
basically he decided that, innocence is not enough. So even though it looked like this guy was guilty, he should have never gotten that appeal in the first place. And now like it set a new precedent because it overturned an old precedent that was set that these people could have an appeal if they felt like they didn't have adequate representation.
What?
And so this guy's still in jail on death row for something that like another like couple judges said, no, you totally didn't do this.
That's bananas.
That is bleak.
That is so dark.
Isn't it also innocent until proven guilty is like a bedrock? It's supposed to be.
Well, it is only in what I learned from my I am jury member always.
Yeah.
I've gotten called a bunch and I've done it a bunch. That is only in criminal cases. In civil cases, it's only you're more innocent than guilty or vice versa.
Interesting.
So it's not without there is no like shadow of a doubt when it's just a like someone suing someone else.
Huh.
You're just more innocent or more guilty.
Have you done jury duty?
I've been called, but I didn't get picked.
Yeah. I got called and then I forgot. And then I forgot to do the call-in where you're like, oops. But then I like called like a week later and I was like, I am so sorry. And they were like, okay, we'll just, you'll have it down the line. And then the pandemic hit and like jury was shut down.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I just gamed the system. I'm so happy to be here. But yeah, so you're a pro jurist.
I'm a pro jurist. I got called right when I turned 18. I got called like almost on my birthday.
Whoa.
And I was like, oh, I'm actually in college. I'm going to have to defer. And they're like, okay, you just defer this many months or whatever. And so I went probably like 3 or 4 weeks after I graduated college. And I told them I had just graduated college and it was my birthday weekend.
Again.
During boudoir, I was like, it is actually my birthday. And yeah, I got picked for a 2-week jury. And I actually was living in the suburbs with my parents, but my parents' suburb is in Cook County, which is the city. So when you do jury duty, you have to go into the city. So I just stayed with Keith for 2 weeks. So I could just take the train in. Yeah.
Was that kind of nice though?
It was cute. Yeah, it was cute. And then when I was called here, I got called when I moved from Chicago to LA, and I had to send them my lease to prove that I lived in LA and not Chicago. And then I got called when I moved to LA, and I had to do a jury duty for a month.
That's a long time.
A month, and it wasn't criminal. It was about parking spaces.
Oh my gosh. Wait, I thought that after you serve, you get a little paper and you have X many years until they call you
just
again.
The one. Just 1 year.
It's just one?
Yeah, it's just one.
Oh.
You get called and then you're back in.
You're not paid, right?
It's like minuscule. It's like $17 a day or something like that.
Yeah.
A day?
Certain employers will cover, and then most don't.
Most don't.
Yeah. You can also usually say, my boss does not
Cover
jury duty. So they'll usually try and not pick you for like a long one.
Yeah.
But since I said mine did.
Oh, yours did though. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, your parents were in town.
They
Speaking of
were.
your parents. How was it?
Oh, I was like, they were in town when I was on jury duty as well. Kim and Don are still in town.
Oh my gosh.
Party animals.
Party.
They're hanging out.
How long have they been in town for?
Since what's today? Today is Monday. They were here since last Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're going to be here for...
Till Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we actually leave next week to go to Houston to see my brother and sister-in-law, or my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, who's going to have a baby.
Exciting.
The baby's going to pop kind of after Miles' baby pops.
Baby pop.
So we're going to go see them, and then we're going to go back to the Millers
Very
for
nice.
Christmas.
Oh.
For Christmas. And then we'll be back for New Year's.
That'll be
It'll be the first New Year's we've been back in LA, because usually we skip Christmas. Because my family doesn't like super celebrate or anything. Keith's family likes to go. Keith's family likes, speaking of Kim, she's texting me pictures of Grandpa Barry. Keith's family goes on trips for holidays.
Oh,
Oh,
cute.
They
that's
like
nice.
to like go somewhere.
Yeah.
So we do every other Christmas is how we do it. And when it's my parents' Christmas, we usually skip Christmas and go for New Year's, because my grandma's a New Year's baby.
Oh.
We go for my grandma's birthday.
That's very nice.
So
Yeah.
cute. And what have you been doing with your mama and papa?
What haven't we been doing with them? They're just
They're party animals.
party animals.
They wanna go.
Yesterday was my dad's birthday, so we went to Crossroads,
Yum.
which is a vegan restaurant in LA that has like the best vegan food.
Mm-hmm.
So we had that. We went to Palm Desert and hung out with the elderly crowd that hangs out there. And then my mom sprained her ankle.
How'd she do that?
We were playing mini golf
Oh.
in Palm Springs, and she didn't see that there was a slant, and Keith is going, Kim, Kim, Kim. And she's like, what? And then just down she goes.
No.
And then she's
ouch.
like, I'm fine, and like played the rest of the game. And then they came home from Palm Desert later than we did, because we were coming back for the holiday party. And she was like, I sprained my ankle.
Yeah. Ouchies.
She's a tiny lady.
I'm sure she was like very determined to finish the mini golf course, and it didn't hurt until later.
Yeah. She was determined to win.
Yeah.
Determined
Did she
to
win?
No.
Oh.
No, her and my dad lost.
Oh.
Keith plays a lot of mini golf.
Yeah.
Oh, they're pretty disappointed because they're not going to be in town for the Luberger show.
Oh.
There's going to be a
yeah.
really cool special guest that's coming that we can't say.
On the Luberger
I want to
show?
know.
Yeah. Can you bleep it? Can you make sure to bleep
yeah.
this part? Okay, and I'm going to cover my mouth so nobody knows. I'm so sorry, audience. You just have to go to the show to see. But it's going to be...
No way!
Whoa.
He's like, his kids are Try Guys fans.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
So they've been trying to do something with him for a really long time. The guys have, and then he's just been like DMing him.
Can you
yeah, you can cut all
imagine
this.
like 10-year-old Keith being told this about his future?
Yeah.
He would shat himself.
I know, right?
Shat him. I'm so proud of that boy.
So it's going to be a
so
really
exciting.
cool Lou Burger show.
You're going to New York.
I am. Well, I'm only going for a week because I don't want to be cold.
Oh, okay. I thought you were there for the whole time. So that makes
No.
scheduling easy.
Yeah, no, not a chance. I'm only there for 1 week because
New York is freezing.
New York is freezing, and also it's like very expensive to put up a Broadway show.
Yeah.
So like if I took one of those seats every night for free $99, that's really taking money out of the Lou Burger pocket.
Yeah.
When's
In
this?
a big way in March.
In March. That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, so they're going to be there for the whole month.
I know.
They basically leave like right after Zach and Maggie's wedding, and then
Boom, boom, boom.
onward until the end of March. And they're going to have shows Wednesdays to Sunday.
Wow.
With 2 shows on Saturday and Sunday.
Wow.
Have you been doing family dinner with Kim and Dawn?
Yeah.
Or not
Yeah.
really?
We haven't been cooking that much.
Okay.
They like to eat out because they're not vegan anymore. They do eat cheese and eggs now just because
Okay.
like Kim's like the tiniest person in the world, and like you just can't. She'll eat fish too.
Yeah.
You just can't. She couldn't survive. she would have crumbled.
Why did they go vegan originally?
For their health.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my mom actually, she was a speech path for her career, and she worked with little kids, so she was always bending down, and she like had a bunch of slip discs in her back, and she had a bunch of inflammation, and one of the doctors suggested cutting out red meat as like a solution. And my dad loves, whatever my mom does. So he was like, I'll do that too.
That's cute.
And then they just slowly became vegan.
He loves whatever
Yeah.
my mom does.
Yeah. So now they're reintroducing, but they're also like, they were so funny. They used to tell people, well, we're not vegan because of the animals. And I was like, Mom, don't say that. But they like more like, they like real food. So like they'll pick like, I don't know, like fruits and veggies alone over like a Beyond Burger and Impossible Burger. Like they like things that are like real.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why they switched to being more lenient about what they eat. But usually like the food's so much better here than it is in Chicago.
Yeah.
The food
Especially
is just
vegan.
Yeah. And like where my parents live, like I grew up in like the mecca of like fast food. Like literally from my house, if you like went down the street and then you started driving, you would hit a Taco Bell, a McDonald's. You drive for like 2 more minutes and there's an Arby's, a Wendy's, another McDonald's, a Quiznos, a Burger King.
What?
Like it's just like there's like 30 fast food chains near their house and not a lot of like
Other options.
real food.
Yeah. So they come here and they're like,
They come
"Ooh,
here and
let's
they eat
gobble."
like kings.
Yeah.
They just want to eat everything.
I get it. Whenever you travel, you just like want anything else than what is available to you every single day.
Yeah, you're like, I don't want to eat the same thing. Though we do eat pizza here sometimes. Well, guys, on that note, get yourself some pizza. It sounds like a good day for it. Thanks for sitting with us. Thanks for listening. Make sure you're washing your hands, wearing your mask, getting vaccinated for all the things you got to get vaccinated for. The flu's out there.
Yep.
Flu's out there. COVID flu and RSV if you're a baby. It's all there. Be nice to people. Follow at It's Raining Toll on Instagram.
Yes,
so we can
thank you.
hashtag get Rainie on Raya. Miles hasn't been here for our campaign. It's how we're ending the show.
Becky's running a social media campaign.
Yes. So make sure you're following her so that we can hear all of her exploits for 2023.
Yeah.
When we pretend that her name is not Rainie so that she doesn't get kicked off Raya.
Exactly. Hashtag don't get Rainie kicked off, right?
Love. Hashtag don't get Rainie kicked off Raya. But until next time, guys, there's only, one more episode left before we hit the new year.
Yep.
A new year, new us. We're very excited for what's coming in 2023. So stay tuned.
Cleansing.
Cleansing.
Bye.
Relaxing. Bye.